the line is back. Monster High is back. And I love that. I love the fact that, you know, they're even more inclusive and more like consciously aware. Good morning. Welcome back to my car. So today is Saturday, and if you don't know, I usually do my filming on Saturdays, just, you know, so that way it's ready for me to edit and get my videos up throughout the week. And I came out to get some breakfast, you know, like as I do. I was hoping to go to Carl's Jr. because Carl's Jr. has some really good breakfast burritos that I haven't had in over a year. But then I realized they stopped selling breakfast at 10:30. It is now 10:58. So I was going to go to Panera Bread and get my favorite breakfast sandwich ever, which, by the way, it is the sausage, scrambled egg, and white cheddar on ciabatta. That is the best breakfast sandwich. Fight me. Specifically the one from Panera Bread, too. Anyway, I go on the app to order because I know I'm like getting close to that 11 o'clock mark and they stop selling at 11 o'clock. I go on the app, add my sandwich to my order, but then it comes up saying it's sold out. So I'm like, ugh, okay, I'm just gonna get a Starbucks breakfast.
Welcome to Starbucks. What can I want for you today?
Can I please have a venti pumpkin cream cold brew?
Awesome. I'll see you up here for $13.35.
All right, thank you. So today we are going to be taking a look at Frankie Stein, and I'm actually really excited about Frankie for several different reasons, which I will get into when I get into the actual doll and stuff like that. It's funny, this is becoming a trend. I realized all of my Monster High doll G3 reviews so far have been in my car doing this. Like I said, I got a new phone mount for my car and I want to use it. Also, I got feedback from you guys saying that the video and audio is actually fine from this camera. So I'm actually just going to do the inbox portion of this video here while I'm getting my coffee. So while I'm waiting, here is Frankie, and they are absolutely beautiful. I kind of like that they've done the trans pride flag colors for their color scheme. I mean, they still have the neon yellow in there, and I do like that as well. I love the smell of inside of a Starbucks because for a while I wasn't getting Starbucks except for at Disneyland, so now it always reminds me of Disneyland whenever I come through the drive-thru. All right, I've got my coffee now. Let me find a place to pull over so that way we can talk about Frankie. All right, well, I don't have any place in the shade, but that's okay. Okay, but first, coffee. I was trying to do a bit and be all smooth, and I totally took a sip right here. I'm the opening's right there, so I got it right here. Anyway, let me try that again. But first, coffee. Okay, whatever. So here's Frankie in the box. I think they look absolutely stunning. You know, I've had a lot of things to say about this box. Not really a lot, because I wasn't very... watching the videos back, I wasn't very descriptive about how I felt about the boxes. They're growing on me. I think the main thing is just the way that they did this shape right here. That's the only thing that kind of bugs me. I also just had to get used to the new way the packaging looked. Overall, I'm loving G3 dolls. I'm absolutely loving them. I love everything that's gone into them. Even before I found out all of the reasons that changes were made and stuff like that, I found that I really, really love these dolls, especially once I started opening them. Here's the back of the box. So you can see Frankie is right there with Watsy, and you know, you've got some of the other ghouls in the back. And you've got the details here. Oh my gosh, okay, maybe this is not the best. I can't raise the box up high enough. It's hitting the ceiling. But that's okay. So on the back, it says that their monster type is Voltageous Frank monster. The monster must-have is Eye Coffin and Screechza. Is that the pizza? Yeah, the Screechza. I guess that's what that is. And then their monster pet is Watsy, and there is... yeah, there's Watsy right there. We're gonna get a better look once I get them all out of the box. I really like this packaging because it reminds me of Ever After High packaging with the way that you unbox it. You just kind of put your finger through here and then like undo these little tabs. And I love that. It's actually a very easy box to unbox, and I'm blinding myself, getting the sun in my eyes like the, anyway. So yeah, so the packaging is definitely growing on me, and I do like that it's nice and open. So if you're an inbox collector, this is great to display your doll. One thing I haven't really talked about a lot is the artwork here. And there have been a lot of cases, like in the past with dolls, it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes I like the artwork more than the doll itself, and sometimes I just like the doll more than the artwork. In this case, like, I'm not a fan of this artwork. Like, it's not that it's bad. I just am not a fan of the way that they made Frankie look, for example. Draculaura and Laguna look fine right there, but I don't like the way that Frankie looks. I don't like the way that Claudine looks, and I don't like the way that Cleo looks in this new artwork. Now, this artwork is different than the animation for the cartoon that's going to be on Nickelodeon. I think that the animation for the cartoon is much, much better. Also, the music videos that they've been putting out for Frankie and Draculaura and Claudine, and I think Cleo now has a music video. The animation for that is not my favorite. Like, it's the Barbie Extra animation, and it's made to look like the actual dolls, because if you notice in the music video, their joints actually show like the joints that the dolls have, which is a cool idea and stuff like that. But I'm just not a fan of that because they all look like they're made of Play-Doh. I don't know what it is. It's just that particular animation. But then if you look at the Nickelodeon animation, it looks beautiful. I love the Nickelodeon version of the animation for the new cartoon and everything. So I'm super excited about that. So, but I'm not a huge fan of this artwork, but I'm happy that I'm a fan of the doll, because really at the end of the day, that's what matters. All right. So I'm actually going to head home really quick, get this ghoul out of the box so we can take a closer look.
Okay, so I'm back home now. I'm gonna start getting Frankie out of the box. There is a very annoying bird over there. Hopefully you can't hear it, or if you can hear it, it's not too terribly distracting. I decided to film outside just because it's such a nice day out right now. Like, fall is my favorite time of the year just because it's really like mild weather, but without the allergies that spring brings. So yeah, I love fall time. Plus, I didn't feel like messing with my lighting situation and stuff. I have it set up for my custom doll video, but I didn't feel like dragging it into my room and dragging it back after I'm done and blah, 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 blah. Not a bunch of stuff that you guys need to know. But also, that reminds me, I have been working on a Halloween doll, like a Halloween custom doll like I do each year, but this year it may end up being late. I don't know yet, because if I'm able to get it out before Halloween, then I'm gonna be super happy. If not, it'll be uploaded in November. But just know I am working on a custom doll video that will be up sometime within the next 2 to 4 weeks, I don't know. So, but because of that, I am going to be like pre-filming a bunch of videos for this week and next week right now. And then that will just give me more time next weekend to work on the custom doll video, because I'm really trying to get it out in time for Halloween for you guys. Since that video may end up being late and it's not gonna be up in time for Halloween, possibly, I decided what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna be doing a bunch of G3 Monster High reviews leading up to the weekend of Halloween. Halloween falls on a Monday this year, and I'm gonna try to get that day off, because what I would like to do is to do a live stream on Halloween and do the live stream, and I'm going to unbox and review all 4 of the real drama dolls. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or have time to do that on actual Halloween day. But if not, I'm going to do it either on like Saturday or Sunday that weekend before Halloween. So either way, just know that I am going to be doing the real drama dolls in the form of a live stream that weekend. So if you want to check that out, make sure you're subscribed and ring that bell. You'll get the notification when I go live. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the Monster High doll, the G3 Monster High dolls. So as per always, I will show you the doll in just a second. I want to start off with the accessories so I don't forget. So starting off, here is Watsy. I don't know what it is about these new pets, but I really like them. Somebody pointed out in the comments on one of my previous videos that they kind of look like Littlest Pet Shop, and you're not wrong. You know, they kind of have that idea or that aesthetic to them. Now, I do have a G1 Watsit, which was the original Frankie pet pet here so I can kind of compare them side by side. So you've got What's-It and Whatsy. So they did change the name of the pet. Originally, What's-It was like, you know, what is it? Like, you know, it's the play on words there because it's supposed to be just like Frankie, stitched together with different parts. So it's like, well, what is it? But along with the new cutesy look to it, it also gets a cutesy new name. So hence we have Whatsy. Now, Whatsy has like, this looks like a dragon tail or like a lizard's tail or something like that, just because it has like the scales underneath. And then once again, it looks like it's made up of different parts and stuff like that. There's not as many visible stitches. Oh, I guess there is on the head there. You can see there is stitches where they stitch together. I like Watsy's little bandana and the little tuft of green hair on the top. I think it's so cute. And a lot of people were pointing out, it's like, oh, Whatsy has wings now. Well, I think Whatsy actually always had wings. So in this case, they were like actual wings. They kind of look like little angel wings or bird wings. This time around, they're like little lightning bolts. So it's more like, you know, Whatsy is the pet and then has little neon lightning signs sticking out of their back. So next up, all of the dolls come with a backpack or bag of some kind. So this is Frankie's backpack. That's Frankie's little charm hanging off their backpack. Also, it does open, so that way you can put stuff inside of it, which is great because they come with a lot of little accessories. So they come with this. At first I thought this was like a little purse, but it turns out it's like a little camera. So it's so cute. It's supposed to be like a little Polaroid camera, and there's a little thing in the top because it comes with two little Polaroids. So this one has Frankie, Draculaura, and Claudine, and it looks like they are in Scaris. And this one has Claudine and Cleo, and it says Boo York. Now these are really small, so it's kind of hard for me to see, but somebody said at one point that the backgrounds of these pictures actually have like the G1 picture for the background of like Scaris and Boo York. I don't know how true that is. I don't remember. I'm not sure what picture they're talking about, if it was like the background of the boxes for the dolls or from the movies or what, but that is kind of a cool little Easter egg callback. Speaking of which, Claudina9's video just came out this morning talking about G3 and everything in the special Monster High event that they went to, and I watched that this morning and it was very informative. I highly recommend going to watch it after this video if you haven't already seen it. But in that video, Claudina said that the designers put a lot of G1 Easter eggs in the G3 dolls, like accessories and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be keeping my eyes peeled. I already found the one for Laguna, because on the little like goldfish box, it had the G1 version of Neptuna. And I didn't see that till after I filmed that video, but I did record it later and add it in as a little clip. But yeah, I'm gonna be looking for little things if I happen to notice them. If I skip over any, if you notice any G1 Easter eggs in any of these videos, leave a comment down below if I don't point it out, because that means I didn't notice it, and it'd be kind of cool to see all of them. So, but for this little Polaroid thing here, the little Polaroids just fit right there, right on top through that little slot. So that's really cute. The only problem with recording outside is I'm right next to a park, so people walk by all the time. Sometimes I get a little self-conscious if they can hear me talking to a camera. I'm just talking to myself about dolls. Ignore me. So let's look at some of these other little teeny tiny accessories. So you've got Frankie's eye coffin here, which is their phone. And each of the phone cases are unique. Oops, I'm dropping things. But each of the phone cases are unique to each of the dolls. So for Frankie, what is it? It's like a heart. Oh, it's a heart that's stitched together with little lightning zaps all around it, which I think that's really cute. I like that idea. I like that they all come with a little phone and that they're all different or unique to the character. Next up is this little thing right here. It's a slice of Screechza. That is a really hard word to say. You know, Monster High with their puns, Punster High, Screechza. It's a little bit of a stretch. It's also kind of hard to say. I'm just gonna say pizza because I'm stubborn like that. But anyway, so it's a little pizza. It looks like it's like pepperoni and spiders. And it's in the shape of a lightning bolt. Oh, I love that. So it is pepperoni and spiders, and the cheese is in the shape of a spider web. That is really cute. I like that. And then if you were wondering, this is what the back looks like. Here are Frankie's sunglasses. I've heard conflicting stories. Some people say that this is a brand new sculpt. Some people say that this is a G1 sculpt that's been reused. Personally, I don't know. If you have seen these sunglasses somewhere before, if they've used them before, let me know down in the comments which doll had these, or if it was like a fashion pack or something. Okay, these are cool. I like these sunglasses a lot. I think that these look so awesome, and I like the fact that they're blue. I think they go really well with them. And I also like the fact that they're kind of see-through. You can see Frankie's eyes through the sunglasses, and that's awesome. Each of the G3 dolls come with an extra outfit piece or clothing piece. So for Frankie, they come with a jacket, and it's kind of like a Letterman style, varsity style jacket. Oh, and it comes on these little paper Monster High hangers, which I think is kind of cute. I love this jacket. It's got a skelet on the back. It's got the Monster High logo right here. I really like the style of this, especially since Frankie's style has always been like a school uniform, but like maybe a little bit more gothic or slightly more edgy. I've always liked that look, and doing a Letterman style jacket I think is so perfect and kind of falls in line with that style aesthetic. I will be putting this on Frankie later so that way we can see what they look like wearing the jacket. Moving on to the doll themselves, here is Frankie Stein. Now, one of the reasons I was so excited to get Frankie specifically is because of some of the changes that were made. Now, I did find out for sure, like it was confirmed, that the reason that Frankie is now blue instead of green and does not have the neck bolts anymore is due to copyright issues with Universal, because that is too much in the likeness of the movie version of Frankenstein's monster. They also changed, Frankie Stein is no longer the daughter of Frankenstein or the daughter of Frankenstein's monster or whatever it was in G1. I think it's now just the names of the scientists that put Frankie together. And like I said, that's all just simply because of Universal recently renewed the licensing and everything for their older Hollywood movies. So because of that, we have this new updated skin tone and no neck bolts. But we did get a prosthetic leg instead, which I think is really cool. For the sake of the doll, I think that this is actually a really cool thing for the character. It kind of reminds me of Rebecca Steam. By the way, I really hope that they bring back Rebecca. I really hope they bring her back because I thought that she was such a cool character. I would love to see Rebecca again. I love the fact that Frankie has a prosthetic leg. I think it's an amazing idea. It's not the first time Mattel has done this. Barbie has had some dolls that have had prosthetic limbs in the past. But I love the fact that a brand like Monster High that is so focused on inclusion and diversity has a doll with a prosthetic leg. I think it fits, it's appropriate, and who better to do it than Frankie, who's put together with different parts from different people. Which brings me to the next topic that I wanted to bring up. Why I'm so excited to have the Frankie doll is because in the new generation of Monster High, Frankie is now non-binary. I absolutely love this because just on a personal level, I have always struggled when it comes to like gender and like assigned, like what it means to be assigned a certain gender. Because when you're assigned a specific gender, regardless of what that is at birth, there's certain ideas and roles and like set rules that are given before you've even had a chance to live. You know, they find out before you're even born what parts you have, and then they're like, okay, you're gonna grow up and you're gonna, you know, like cars, and you're gonna be rough and tumbled, and you're gonna play football and like whatever. Or it's like, oh, you were assigned a girl, okay, you're gonna play with dolls, do makeup, be a homemaker, you know, cook and clean and stuff like that. At the end of the day, the things that are attached to that, the things that are insinuated or expected of you before you've even been born, that's the issue that I have with gender roles and gender labels. So I don't remember if I've like explicitly said it. I think in my Creatable World review, I did talk about it. It's been a while since I filmed that video and I haven't watched it for a while, so I don't really remember like how in depth I went about my own story or whatever, or where I'm at mentally. But For a while now, I have actually identified as non-binary or gender non-conforming. If I had a choice, I do prefer they, them pronouns. However, pronouns are not super important to me. So like if somebody's referring to me and they say he or him, whatever, it makes sense. My outward appearance matches that. It's fine. I'm not going to be offended. But I have a connection with Frankie now because of this. I mean, I know I'm not like the target demographic. This is made for the new generation of kids that are going to be into Monster High and stuff like that. But still, casual representation is everything. Like the fact that they didn't make a big deal about it, but they did make it extremely clear that Frankie is non-binary and uses they, them pronouns. That is absolutely amazing. That's the kind of representation I want. The other thing I was going to point out is that Frankie being non-binary makes sense because Frankie is put together with the parts of several different people. So they, them is extremely appropriate for an individual who's made up of multiple parts. And who's to say that all those parts are the same gender? That bird is so loud. Nobody wants your opinion. Frankie is non-binary, made up of multiple parts. They use they, them pronouns. Also, I try and catch myself every time, like as I'm filming this video, I know I've accidentally misgendered them at least one time, and I've had to like refilm or re-say that thing and just edit out the incorrect gender pronoun. If I miss one and accidentally refer to Frankie using the incorrect pronoun, it's not intentional, obviously. It's literally just a slip up because in the Generation 1 of Monster High, Frankie specifically used she, her pronouns. So that's why I was kind of bringing up earlier, like when you know something a certain way and then it gets changed, it's new to you and there's a little bit of an adjustment period where you have to like rewire your brain to remind yourself, oh yeah, this is how I have to think of them now. That being said, I've talked a lot about a lot of things. Let me show you the actual doll. I just wanted to point out this face is absolutely stunning and I love the makeup that they did. I will admit the Frankie and the 2-pack, I think I like their makeup a little bit more than this one, but still this face is absolutely stunning. And I love that they have like a little eyebrow piercing right there. I mean, it's painted on. So looking down at the outfit, this is not my favorite Frankie outfit. I love the skirt. I absolutely love the skirt. It's kind of got like a high-waisted feel. It's giving me very much Britney Spears Baby One More Time vibes. I love the little belt that says Frankie and has all the little charms on it and stuff like that. And I love the sweater vest. It's this top that I have an issue with. These puff sleeves, they're just not really doing it for me, which is why I'm probably going to be displaying this Frankie in their jacket rather than showing these sleeves. Oh, they're all separate. Oh, they're separate pieces. So if you wanted to take this vest, like have them wear the vest, but take the shirt off, you could totally do that if you wanted to. That is so awesome. I love when the clothing pieces are all separate like that. It just makes it better for mixing and matching. I hate it when they're like sewn together. And in fact, talking about the jacket, let me put their jacket on so that way we can see what the jacket looks like. By the way, the arms come off. They do come apart at the elbow and at the wrist, and it makes changing the outfits much easier. And I will talk about like all the articulation here in just a second. Oh my gosh, that looks so much better. I love that. I love this jacket. I think that it fits nice, but I think it makes the outfit look so much cooler. I'm definitely leaving this jacket on. I was thinking of taking the undershirt off, but I do kind of like the little collar underneath. So I think I'm just gonna leave it like that, but I really like the way that this outfit looks like this with this varsity jacket. Oh, let me show you these shoes. I don't think I've talked about the shoes. So here is Frankie's shoes. I love these. These platform shoes. I love this. This is so cool. They're pink with the lime green lightning bolt stripe on the side. They have the painted details with the lightning bolt and the laces, and the platform is white, and around the bottom of the platform, the edges have little lightning bolts around it, and they look like Converse. I think that's what I like about them most, is that they look like Converse. And this is what I was talking about. So if you've watched my Disney doll reviews, like the ones from the park, from Disneyland, I talk about, like I complain about the fact that the newer dolls all have flat feet, and I hate that. These shoes are a perfect example because these are flat shoes. Granted, they are platforms, but they are flat shoes, but their feet are pointed, like tippy toe, meant to be able to wear heels. So it absolutely can be done. You know, if you want to give a doll flat shoes that has pointed toes, you can do that. It's like either give them ankle articulation or put their foot in a position where they can wear both types of shoes. Don't put it in a position where they're limited to only one, like flats and not heels. I'd like the idea that they can wear heels or flats. And Monster High is a perfect example of that. Let's talk about the hair because I'm really excited. So all of the G3 Monster High dolls that I've opened so far, except for Deuce, have saran hair, and Frankie is no exception. And I am so excited because saran hair is floppy, it's got a good weight to it, and it's soft, and I love it. I love it on doll scale because it doesn't get too thick or too shiny. I don't know, I love saran hair. It is just, honestly, when it comes down to it, saran hair is just the best feeling. If you are a doll lover like me who likes to play with the doll's hair, the feeling of the hair, the texture of the hair is really important. And saran is the nicest doll hair that Mattel offers on this scale. We did find out recently that the reason that some of the dolls have polypropylene hair is because of the color choice. And it's so funny because I called that out a while ago when I was reviewing some Barbie Extra dolls, because some Barbie Extra dolls have polypropylene hair, but a couple of them do have saran hair. And I noticed it depends on what color the hair is. I don't know if it's because of availability or because of cost or a combination of the two. So I don't know if it's just the production of those became more expensive or what's going on. But there is a couple dolls, Claudine, that have polypropylene hair, and I'm not super excited about that. But I'm really happy to say that Frankie definitely has saran hair, and I love it. I'm so happy about that. This style, while I think it's cute, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to keep the little hair clips. I might keep them in, but like move them to a different spot. I think I'm going to take these little rubber bands out and put them in a slightly different spot and restyle their hair the way I like. And I'm probably going to give her a little boil wash. I'm not going to do that in this video because I think I'm going to do a separate hair video with all of the Monster High dolls that if I'm going to be changing their hair. I think I'm just going to do that all in one big video, just so this video doesn't get super long. Plus I have several that I'm going to be doing, and it's easier if I do them all at one time. These dolls do not come with a stand or a brush. They are $24.99 each. I got most of these Monster High G3 dolls at either Target or Walmart. You can also get them on Amazon. Some of the dolls are exclusive, like Deuce is exclusive to Amazon, Toralei is exclusive to Walmart, and Ghoulia was exclusive to Target. The G3 dolls are fully articulated. They have amazing articulation with movement at the head, shoulder, elbow, wrist, the hip, and the knee, as well as a chest or upper torso joint. I have to say, I am very, very pleasantly pleased with the overall execution of these dolls. I think they are absolutely excellent. Like, if I'm grading them, they get an exceeds expectations from me. But they feel really solid. Like, the materials used are surprisingly good. I'm really, really happy with these dolls. I do also have the G1 version of Frankie here, and I did want to quickly do a side-by-side comparison so that way you can see them next to each other. So here is the G1 Frankie. There is, obviously a very noticeable difference between G1 and G3. Obviously for G1, we've already talked about the fact that it's more in the likeness of Frankenstein's monster, so they can't really do that anymore because of the licensing issues, hence we have blue, no neck bolts and other stuff. So there's that aspect of it. Also, I will admit that the G1 dolls are a little bit more darker in their color scheme and everything. And you know, the G3 dolls are definitely brighter, more colorful. But I love seeing these side by side. It looks so cool. It's like this is, you know, junior high or high school Frankie, and then this is like college Frankie. I mean, looking at these dolls, I think they did a really good job at like catching the likeness, you know, being able to show that yes, this is Frankie. Like, you know who this new character is by the way that they look, even though they're not green and they don't have the neck bolts, you know that this is Frankie Stein. You know, I think that they did a really, really good job at designing these G3 dolls to be modern for the newer generation of doll collectors and kids, while still capturing some of that charm that G1 of Monster High had. Also, even though, okay, you can kind of see it. I can't reach the camera to aim it down, but you can kind of see, you know, even though G3 does not have a stand, they are able to stand on their own on the table. I'm able to balance them pretty easily, actually, which is nice for displaying. But I just noticed that G3 Frankie is actually taller than G1 Frankie. Hold on, G1 is on a stand. Let me get them down off their stand here. So you can kind of see if okay, well, I don't know if I can balance G1, if they'll actually stand up. I'm just gonna hold it, but you can kind of see there is a height difference here. So in fact, let me just take a picture really quick so that way you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, so here's the picture that I just took of both of these dolls standing next to each other. So you can see that the G3 Frankie is taller than the G1 Frankie, and they both kind of have platform shoes. Granted, the G3 platform is like ever so slightly taller by a couple millimeters, but I mean, it's still like, this picture is still a good indication of the height difference. Now, I didn't grab any of the other G3 dolls, so I can't really compare them next to Frankie, but once I get some of these other ghouls out of the box, then I can put Frankie next to them, so you can see Frankie is the tallest out of all of the G3 ghouls so far. So where Draculaura is petite and curvy, Frankie is tall, so they do have a slightly different body shape and body mold. Also from this image, you can see like the difference in their body types. The new G3 body molds are a little bit more fuller figured, whereas the OG dolls were very thin with like the bigger heads, you know, that whole kind of cartoony style. Now that I'm starting to get these out of the box, I really like the G3 dolls. I'm so happy with them, and it's so refreshing to have some more Monster High dolls on the shelves, and that the brand and everything, you know, the line is back. Monster High is back, and I love that. I love the fact that, you know, they're even more inclusive and more like consciously aware. But some of the reasons that they made some of the changes that they did to some of the characters, I think just makes so much sense. And I'm seeing so much love and inclusion in this new line and this new iteration of Monster High. And I'm absolutely here for it. I love it, and it makes my heart happy. So that being said, that's pretty much it for G3 of Frankie Stein. I am so happy with this doll. I'm even more happy to get that 2-pack open, because I think that the 2-pack Frankie Stein with Deuce, the like coffee break 2-pack, the outfit in that one, are you kidding me? Like, that doll is stunning. Like, I love this doll, but that doll is like, that doll looks like it could totally fit in with G1 of Monster High. And like, there's no like convincing me otherwise. So I'm super excited for that. I might end up opening that one on a live stream. I'm not 100% sure. I might just do a normal video. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to kind of like pre-record some of these reviews now, so that way I don't have to film them next weekend, and that'll give me more time to work on that Halloween doll. But anyway, I'm gonna get going for right now. I still have a few more dolls to open, and I'm really excited for that. And I've been talking too much, and I haven't finished my coffee, and it's starting to melt. Anyway, before I go, I did want to just mention that YouTube has kind of changed some of their things with their algorithms, and they now are really pushing the viewer satisfaction. So if you could let me know if you like this video by hitting the thumbs up button. Also, leave a comment down below. That kind of stuff, the engagement of you like leaving comments and hitting the thumbs up button, really helps my videos and really helps YouTube know that you guys like to see these videos, and YouTube will suggest the videos to other people that might end up liking them as well. So, you know, no pressure obviously, but if you could do something like that, it helps me out so much, and I really, really appreciate it. That being said, I'm gonna get going so that way I can start recording these other videos. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you next time. Bye! If you like this video, you can let me know by hitting thumbs up.
You can check out some of my other videos by clicking one of the links on the screen. I post new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.